All right, today we are diving headfirst into the heart of a spectacular Mexican fiesta. We're going to break down the vibrant music, that breathtaking dance, and all the deep traditions that make these celebrations just so incredibly powerful. So, yeah, let's get right into it.
Wow. I mean, just look at this scene. You can almost feel the energy, right? It's electric. And, this is so much more than just a performance. It's a convergence of music, dance, and literally centuries of tradition. So what are the key ingredients that come together to create all this magic? Well, that's exactly the question we're here to answer.
Okay, so here's our plan. First, we'll take in the whole vibrant spectacle. Then we're going to zoom right into the heartbeat of it all, the mariachi music. After that, we'll explore the stories told through dance and the amazing arena where it all happens. And finally, we'll see how it all adds up to this powerful celebration of heritage.
All right, first up, the vibrant spectacle. Before we start picking apart all the details, let's just take a moment. Let's just soak in the incredible atmosphere, that explosion of color and sound that just defines an event like this. And it really is an explosion for the senses, isn't it? I mean, the second you're there, you're hit with these brilliant colors and the powerful sound of trumpets and strings. But here's the thing, and this is so important. None of this is random, not at all. Every single color, every note, every single movement, it's all intentional. It's steeped in a rich history, and each piece is telling its own part of a much bigger story.
Okay, now, let's tune our ears in a little closer to the very soul of this performance. Because right at the center of it all, providing that rhythm, that raw emotion, that's the mariachi band.
And there it is. That is the iconic look. The moment you see that wide-brimmed sombrero and that incredible decorated suit, you just know you're in the presence of mariachi. This outfit, it's called the traje de charro, and it's so much more than a costume. It's a really powerful symbol of Mexican pride and musical tradition.
Yeah, and these close-ups, they really reveal the heart of it all, don't they? Just look at the intense concentration on their faces, the sheer passion. This isn't just about playing the right notes. This is about pouring your entire soul into every sound. It shows years of dedication and just a deep, deep love for the craft. So you might be wondering, how do they create that signature sound? Well, it's really this beautiful symphony of different parts. You've got the trumpets delivering that famous soaring cry, the grito. Then the violins come in carrying that sweeping emotional melody. The rhythm section, that's the small vihuela, and the big guitarrón, they're the backbone. The harp adds this delicate layer of harmony, and then, tying it all together, the powerful vocals that tell the story. It's amazing.
Okay, so we've heard the music. Now let's see how that story is brought to life through movement. This is where the dancers take center stage, and believe me, they communicate a whole narrative without ever saying a single word.
Wow, just look at that motion. It's hypnotic. This right here is the essence of what's known as ballet folklorico. And those incredible skirts, they're not just clothing. Nope, they become an instrument, a tool in their own right, painting these mesmerizing patterns of color and energy with every single turn.
A lot of the time, these dances actually tell a story, often a story of courtship. And what we're seeing here is the very beginning of that tale. You have the male dancer in his elegant charro suit and the female dancer in her beautiful poblana-style dress, and they're just starting their intricate dialogue, all through dance.
And as that mariachi music starts to build, so does the energy of the dance. You can see it right here. Look at how she uses her skirt, fanning it out with such incredible control and grace. It's like a visual representation of the music's swelling emotion. It's just a true display of incredible skill.
But it's more than just the technical steps. Take a look at the connection between them. The smiles, the eye contact, that's where the real story is. It's all about that shared joy, that playful flirtation, and the genuine bond between the partners. That's what makes it so captivating to watch. So if you're wondering, the official name for all of this is Ballet Folklorico. Think of it as a big umbrella term for Mexico's traditional folk dances. But what's really fascinating is how diverse it is. Seriously, the dances from Jalisco are totally different from the ones in Veracruz or Oaxaca. Each region uses movement to tell its own unique story.
But where does a performance like this actually take place? Good question, because the setting itself is just as steeped in tradition as the performers are. We're now entering the world of charreria.
Okay, so this whole performance is happening in what's called a lienzo charro. It's a special kind of arena built specifically for charreria. And charreria is, for all intents and purposes, the Mexican equivalent of a rodeo. It's actually the country's national sport.
So you see, this dance is deeply, deeply connected to a much larger tradition of horsemanship and ranching culture.
And it's moments like this that make these events just so profound. What you're seeing is a rider, an escaramuza, proudly carrying the Mexican flag on horseback. I mean, the sight of the national colors flowing in the wind inside this traditional arena, it's just a pure expression of identity, history, and pride, all rolled into one incredible moment.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. When you combine that soaring music, the beautiful storytelling of the dance, and this almost sacred arena, what you get is something that is so much more than just a performance.
And this is maybe the most important takeaway. What we're watching here, it isn't a historical reenactment. It's not some dusty museum piece locked behind glass. No, this is living, breathing history. It's a set of skills and traditions passed directly from parent to child, from one generation to the next.
You know, there's a Mexican proverb that just perfectly sums all this up. It says, "To be a charro is to be Mexican twice over." And that really speaks to how deeply this whole identity, the music, the horsemanship, the clothes, is intertwined with the very idea of what it means to be Mexican. It's just such a profound statement of cultural identity.
So, as we take one last look at this absolutely incredible scene, I want to leave you with a question to think about. What are the songs or the dances or the events that bring your community to life? What traditions are you a part of that feel like living history? Something to chew on. Thanks so much for joining us.